the man who put this all together with his whole team, of course, Mariusz Lewandowski. He is kind enough to join us. There he is. Hello, Martin. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. And congratulations on a very big night.
Thank you very much. It's always been a pleasure, Arya. You know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. 50,000 people in Poland, and that was 2 days ago on a Monday. How do you come down from something like that? Like, I saw the video, I saw the photos. It's a full stock. Is it hard to come down from an event of that magnitude for you?
What do you mean? Like, just to...
Like you're on a high,
that
right?
I blow my mind already?
Yes. Isn't it crazy? You built this thing.
Wow, man. That was really the craziest night. I mean, and definitely the best and the biggest and the most important show in my entire 19 years, while I'm in charge of MMA and working as an MMA promoter. So definitely KSW Colosseum 2 was the only one and the one and only, to be honest, for me. So very, very special. I couldn't sleep the whole night. I mean, I had to a little bit, but I just it was amazing. I mean, that's what you said as an introduction, 50,000 people, 11 fights, crazy, really atmosphere there. And, and we grow this for so many months. So always the expectation are very high. Yeah, but, besides few things we couldn't control, like the, call of the fight, we had to do it, which was also kind of amazing because we had to do it like during the event, which never happened before, but beside that, everything went so smooth and so nice. So I didn't get never, ever so many congratulations from really all over the world. So
Wow.
It seems also that KSW, put another stamp on the map of the world of MMA.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about that fight in particular, but just as far as the event and everything you've done, like, could you explain to this audience, which, probably 50% or more are North American, what has been the secret to your success, to KSW success? Every time I watch, it's always fun. And I know maybe it's a hard question to answer, but to just do 50,000 like that, there's not a lot of that happening here in America. And maybe they could do more. The UFC, of course, do more here, and they don't for whatever reason. But to consistently pull off these big events to the point where now you have the two biggest in European history, what do you think has been the secret to your success?
I think there are two. First of all, of course, the fighters, the heroes. Without them, you couldn't, put such a great, event and sell so many, because we are talking about sold tickets, not like giveaways.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little bit, of course, less, like maybe 100 less than 50K, but we just round up to 50K. But this is the first is the heroes, but the second thing, which is one of the most important, I believe, from day one when we started KSW, it was very important for us not only to put, and get the best fighters on the market and to match the best fights which we could probably have at that time, but also this packaging, which is the production value, the all what you can combine when you think about going to the great concert and just to see the great MMA fights. And I think this combination gives you this unique standard, I might say, because this we've been kind of famous from this production quality for years. And also, I think we put a little bit more attention to the small details, including the promotion, even the theme. We did it in Colosseum. Of course, Colosseum originates in Rome, but it's been famous because of the gladiators. So we put everything around that event about, everything was around the gladiators. So we just kind of drift, and we want to show and bring the people this, real Colosseum vibe, with the gladiators, and crazy fights, and this promotion, the idea for the promotion, I think it's also something which brings attention to the public. So, starting with the pictures, using the artificial intelligence to create it, using the videos, and so on. But these two, like, for sure, the fighters and the promotion we are doing around it.
True or false, KSW is more popular in Poland than the UFC is?
True. People want to train KSW here in Poland. That's what I heard also in US, some people want to train UFC.
Yeah.
I'm going for UFC training here.
Wow.
So that's what's happening also here. Yeah, after 19 years of being in market. So yeah, it's been, I think that's the value of being a leader on the market, yeah, and the pioneer also, because we started MMA here in Poland before KSW. It was like real underground. So I think that's what makes us also very unique, and I think Poland is very unique on the world market. To be honest, of course, I mean the biggest is US, but in terms of the promotions, the way how people treat the fighters, and I must say that this is many thanks to KSW that we started this
Uh, do you feel
19 years ago.
Do you feel like you get the respect that you deserve? Do you feel like people talk enough about you guys and show you, everyone talks about the UFC, of course, but when you talk about the big promotions, the ones, the this, the that, do you feel like we don't talk about you enough?
Yeah, of course. We need to put, such a great, crazy, show like and sell like 50,000 K, put, all our biggest stars, and then we got a bigger and better recognition. Of course, like, every show now we are doing, just as a reminder, a 12 show per year. So every month there is a KSW, and you can, have it on kswtv.com, or you can, in our local distributors and partners. So we are nearly like everywhere in the world, to be honest, when the internet and TV is working. But yeah, I think maybe it's a lack of, American names sometimes, I mean, we have, but not so often. And I mean, depends what we are thinking about US generally. So I think yes, because you guys are just around UFC, Bellator, PFL, probably, most of the time. But in Europe, I mean, we have a lot of recognition, and this is also our continent. We were born here. We do our business here, and this is our, all our efforts are concentrated over here. We want to grow more in European. We did, in London, couple of shows, in Ireland, in Croatia. We entered Czech Republic this year. We want to enter France probably next year. So, and we want to keep growing in Europe. So maybe that will make, that we pay more attention. I mean, you guys as a American market, we will pay attention to the promotion. But yeah, because Todd Duffy was fighting on the last show. No, when was it? No, it was actually three shows ago. Yeah. So and also a big name, but but I think, I mean, I see this, that there is a lack of interest in the way how I would see it, and especially the way how we package our promotion and our show, and the way how the idea behind every show is very unique. But it is what it is. Plus, also the time difference makes it very complicated, to watch KSW. So I think there are several circumstances we just can't avoid, and I'm okay with that. But if you ask me, I would have more KSW.
Yes. Okay, so let me ask you this. There are some areas in the U.S., big Polish communities, New York, New Jersey, Chicago, etc. Have you ever considered holding a KSW event here in America, bringing some of these names to one of these markets?
Yes. To be honest, that would be, if we decide to do it, it will be more with a particular set of the fighters, and to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. It will be only the show which we are going to enter just to cheer the Polish crowd. We are not going to grow in America or just fight for this market, because it's been taken by 3 promotions, so it's tough market. So Europe is something, we feel okay, we understand, we all Europeans, so we kind of better communication and also understanding on the field. But yes, because of Mamet Khalidov, Mariusz Pudzianowski, these 2 guys who are very famous and popular in the Polish community, not only in US, but in Canada, or just wherever the Poles are living. So definitely, it's been in my mind. And to be honest, one of the Chicago Sears Arena approached me, and also Madison Square Garden. Yeah, and they want to hold KSW, but this is like, a nice dream, but we need to work on that. But that would be just like, I don't know, every 3 years, maybe, or maybe 4 years.
That would be incredible.
I don't know, but it won't be like, once a year or something I think it will be just pointless to fight with those three big promotions in US and just trying to, show off.
I get it. Unfortunately for Mariusz, he lost. He was knocked out on Saturday. Any chance that was his last fight?
To be honest, I didn't speak with him yet. I don't think so. I think that at least another two.
Okay.
I must say that he might do. For sure he is like completely depressed right now because he was so convinced that he's going to win, especially that the first round was on him. But no, I don't think so. But yeah, I didn't spoke with the fighters, to be honest. I just woke up in the morning and tried to, fix a couple of stuff. Yes, but tomorrow I'm going to do the round with all the fighters who fought, and just ask them how are they. But I don't think so. Mariusz is just too ambitious, and he knows that he doesn't, say the last word.
Okay, fair enough. You mentioned Mami Khalidov, who won in the main event, who's one of the biggest stars and greatest products of your promotion. One of the great successes, in my opinion, of your promotion is the fact that you have been able to keep him all this time, that he never left. How have you been able to keep him?
I mean, not only Mamet, but also Michal Matella, also Pudzianowski, all these three guys. So my top big names were approached, at least by one promotion, and they got the offer, and we just gave them better deals, I think, in terms, and starting with the money and also with the way how we treat them and what position they have. To be honest, like Mamet lost a couple of times, Pudzianowski lost a couple of times in the, fighting career, and probably they might be released by the contract. And since, I don't know, Pudzianowski is fighting for KSW since 2009, I believe. Yeah. And Mamet a bit earlier. So, it's been a long road with these two guys. And I think just they feel appreciated, I must say, and that's what they probably felt like, that's their home, and they always will be more welcome here than somewhere else. But the financial issue was the most important, of course, because everybody there, the guys are, doing this for money.
So, it's interesting, like you see other European promotions, I think of like a Cage Warriors, and they talk openly about, hey, we're going to develop talent and then send them to the UFC. I never really hear you say that. I never really hear you talk about being a developmental program. And so when you have a guy like Roberto Soldic, who you helped build, and then he leaves KSW, not for the UFC, not for Bellator, PFL, but for one who I would think that you probably think that you're more successful than, how does that make you feel? And then when you see how it has gone for him in one, then how does that also make you feel?
Just maybe I answered. That's why Cage Warriors didn't sell out 50,000, tickets ever. So that's why you build
combined?
your heroes.
50,000 combined, or just in one night? No, I'm joking. That's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, for me, it's like I treat it as an investment. You invest in these guys. You just build them from, or maybe not Pudzianowski, but Pudzianowski was kind of built when we hired him. But like the all the other 99.9 of the fighters, we're building them. Promotionally. In any sense, to be honest. And then when you build someone and then they want to leave, you need to fight for it. Of course, this is something which I'm not kind of surprised, because I get used to it, that, on the open market, people are competing. So sooner or later, every champion, every great guy got the offer from different promotion, even just like, checking how are the situation between this fighter and KSW. So, but since there are only few fighters, also female fighters, who just we release for UFC or other promotions. Of course, it's a bit sad, because then I just don't understand a little bit, or I can be annoyed when people are talking about the dream being in KSW, and after building and growing for several years, they are thinking or telling me that they are having
I got
sorry,
you.
and
Yeah.
they're having another dream, so they change the dreams too often, you know what I mean? So, and but that's how it is. That's life. People are choosing a different opportunities, but as you see, like for example, Jan Blachowicz, our champion for years, he's doing very great. The same with Gamrot, Karolina Kowalkiewicz. These are the three top guys and lady.
Yeah.
They're doing a really great job in UFC, and and that's happened with Roberto. I feel a bit disappointed, to be honest, because the that's what we was been promised, and the way how we talk about it. So I thought that the history will last longer, and he doesn't succeed. To be honest, in ONE FC now, it seems like it might be his worst nightmare. To be honest.
Speaking of a nightmare, the co-main event, a bit of a nightmare situation. Can you explain to me what happened there? Your champion is warming up in the back, and he tears a ligament in his knee, and now has been stripped. And you brought him out. Well, the crazy thing was you brought him out, and I was like, wow, poor guy. He has to come out and face this crowd. Could you tell me what happened there?
Yeah. No, that's actually what you said. Like, we just got a call that I need to come to Mariusz Pudzianowski, our former champion now.
Yeah.
To his warm-up room, that he has some problem with the knee, and the doctors say he can't fight. He just, his knee is just completely like two different pieces. But unfortunate situation, because this fight should happen like 3 times, and that was the 3rd time. Marion didn't fought for a year. He was also injured, so there are like 2 injuries, etc. So this fight was, in the air for such a long time. And Saladin Parnas, he was training very hard, and this fight was postponed. So we just said, Marion, you need to come up to the people and just explain them that it's people don't tell us that, I don't know, they pay for the tickets, or they were expecting strange TV came especially for that show. We need to explain them. We just can't blame only ourselves. Of course, that's our duty and that's our responsibility at the end, but you need to come up and in the middle just tell exactly how you feel, and we think you should put the belt in the cage and say that it's vacant, and now he's going just to be former champion, and because with such a injury, I don't think that he can come back sooner than like after 10 months or something.
Jeez.
So
he was okay with that, by the way. He was okay with coming out.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He understood how serious this is, and he's really modest, and he's really cool guy. So he's never playing any tricks. He's playing fair to everyone. He wants to be treated. It's not in the way how Marion would say, "Oh, he put us in a bad situation," saying, "Oh no, I can't because I don't know, my knee is hurting," and then deal with it. So no, I'm grateful, because it also completely show how it was, and it's not like promotions tricks or something, how people got the crazy imagination. And it's sad story, because he was really waiting for it. And when he called me when we announced Colosseum 2nd, so he said, listen, the biggest dream come true, telling about dreams, and that I'm going to, fight in the biggest venue in Poland, one of the biggest in Europe, with such a crazy, the gladiators theme around. And, he's from Warsaw. So it just like really everything, was prepared for that point, like from written in the start. Then,
horrible. You did have an incredible highlight early on. I want to get the name correct. Krzysztof Głowacki, if I pronounce Głowacki, and gets Patrick Tokocheski.
Yes.
All right, close enough. I've never seen anything like this before. Tokocheski in mount position gets knocked out. That was unbelievable, and I think that clip has like millions of views now. That was insane. Have you ever seen that before?
No. Actually, I went to the commentators, our KSW TV commentators and the French guy, and I asked them, "Have you seen that? Somewhere?" They say, "No, but maybe maybe not from that position." Yeah, this is worth mentioning that Głowacki is a former boxer. He was like pretender to the WBO belt.
Okay.
And the way how he did it, because he left his arm, because usually when you're fighting, so it's more like that. And he put his, arm like really straight. And then, that was just beautiful. Everybody got shocked. And that was the second fight of that evening. So everybody goes like, no, mad, So this, emotions were from the beginning on really high level. So yeah, crazy.
So is the goal now, post pandemic, is the goal Colosseum every year? Is that possible, or is it too big for every year?
Yeah, I mean, Alan Murphy brought up today a crazy idea for me today, about doing more often. But to be honest, I'm considering, because, to sell those 50K, or like we did previously, 57. It's been, really, it takes like nearly a year of planning plus half of the year of promoting that event. But that's actually the same what I just answered about the heroes. Yeah, so we need to just put everybody, all our stars were involved in that promotion, in that show. My first thought was about coming every 4 years, just like Olympics game, so every 4 years, because this also makes a bit unique, this event. People are waiting, it's coming, or not this year, next year. When you do it like every year, it might be like, it's just average. KSW is doing June or July, Colosseum, I don't know, 35.
Right.
But now when it makes very unique, and you just need to wait for it, what happened, etc. So but this is something we need to consider. It's just too early to really answer. And just, of course, I want to do it, if that would be, if we had so many fighters who are going to bring so much attention. So probably we might decide to do it like every year. But then I would not do it only in Poland. Then I would move to different European countries.
Okay. And by the way, do you announce what the gate is for that, for 50,000? Like how much is that worth in terms of gate? Do you guys announce it?
But we don't say that, of course. But
why you don't say that? How come?
Because we don't have to.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
And it also brings a lot of unhealthy emotions, I must say.
Fair enough.
But no, to be honest, people are, about 50,000. It's a lot of money, to be honest. But also just that, first of all, that's what you said in the beginning. This is the most expensive fight card, because all our champions, all our stars, legends were hired to do that show. Plus the production, the scale of the production, it was like 10 times bigger what we usually do, because of the scale of the venue. So this is also something which is very costly. So at the end, but because people are always interested, how much you get from the tickets. But this is one side of the budget. The other is the cost. So sometimes the smaller events, I'm not talking about the Colosseum, but smaller event might be better than, I don't know, middle-sized event. You know what I mean? Because of the cost of the production,
I get it.
Promotion, etc.
And your production, the set, everything that you guys do is just is top notch. I mean, I love pro wrestling, obviously Pride as well, and I just like that you guys make it feel big, that it feels important, that it feels spectacular, that it feels unique. So I'm really a big fan of everything that you're doing. Just curious, when you're in Poland, is there a commission involved, or is it just you guys? Do you kind of oversee yourselves?
You mean if there is like commission, like anti-doping commission? No. It's growing. Actually, the WADA headquarters is in Poland.
Oh wow!
So actually it's growing. I mean, in 2019, I opened MMA Poland Association, which is just only looking after the amateur fighters. We are doing the championship. We are putting, what it's called, representative of Poland to the world and European Championship. We are part of IMAF group, so we are growing this one, but this one is just I must say in the beginning phase. So probably sooner or later someone will come up with that idea. We have like anti-doping commission over here, but we as a KSW, we don't sanction it right now. But as I said, the future will bring the answer.
Okay. When is your next event?
15th of July.
July. Okay. Phil
So
DeFries.
every month.
Phil DeFries on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's he fighting?
Yes. Oh, I can't say, but I will. I mean, Alan will tell you. But yeah, we will announce.
You
it
could break
soon.
the news right here.
No, because this guy already have the promotion, set up. So I don't want to spoil them because they call me Martin. You said too much, so
Okay.
I need to respect my guys.
All right, but I'm a fan of his as well. He's doing amazing things for you guys, and it's a great story, and your whole promotion is a great story. So congratulations, Martin. Thank you so much for coming on, and keep up the great work over there.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the support, really.
Okay.
Thank you.
There he is, Mariusz Lewandowski of KSW, kind enough to join us. What a scene that was.